Darwin proposed that birds evolved from reptiles through a series of small changes. His critics charged, where are the missing links? England's brilliant zoologist Thomas Huxley was convinced Darwin was right. To prove it, he argued that a chicken's leg, stripped to the bone, was identical to a dinosaur's. You couldn't tell the two apart. In 1860, 1 year after Darwin published his controversial theory, an extraordinary find was made in a limestone quarry in southern Germany. A single beautifully preserved feather dating back 150 million years to the late Jurassic. Then from the same quarry came this astounding fossil, the rarest of all creatures, a bird called Archaeopteryx, meaning ancient wing. It looked like a reptile, but on its wings were feathers. Archaeopteryx appeared during the Jurassic, 150 million years ago. The world's oldest known bird. It weighed 3 pounds and had a wingspan of 2 feet, about the size of a crow. If Archaeopteryx was a bird that looked like a reptile, another creature found in the same quarry was a reptile that looked like a bird. Compsognathus was a small meat-eating dinosaur no bigger than a chicken. But side by side with Archaeopteryx, their skeletons looked remarkably similar. Both have long, slender necks, a long, bony reptilian tail, delicate hind limbs and feet, a reversed first toe, and small skulls with sharp, serrated teeth. The resemblance convinced Huxley that Archaeopteryx was Darwin's missing link. Even in death, Archaeopteryx looks as if it's taken flight. Seemingly half dinosaur and half bird, it has been called a fossil caught in the act of evolution. 30 million years later, in Las Hoyas, Spain, nature was experimenting with a dinosaur that could be another missing link. This hot, dusty plain was once an island off the coast of Europe. The climate was subtropical and the vegetation lush. Lizards, salamanders, and frogs sought shelter beneath ferns and the first flowering plants, while giant sauropods and iguanodons grazed in the trees. But another more bizarre creature called Pelecymimus was lurking near the shore. Jose Sanz leads a team that's been looking for it in a limestone quarry near Las Hoyas. Today, he's found its arm. It could be the one missing piece he's been searching for. Back at his laboratory at the University of Madrid, he reunites the arm with the rest of the body. Sanz calls it Pelecymimus because of the pouch under its beak. Pelecymimus lived 115 million years ago during the Cretaceous. A two-legged meat-eater, it was 7 feet long, 2.5 feet tall, and weighed 65 pounds. It showed a remarkable resemblance to a modern pelican. But what's intriguing are its teeth. Pelecymimus had 220, so tightly packed together, there's barely a space between them. The result was a fine cutting edge, similar to the beak of a modern bird. The pouch is a puzzle. An inflatable membrane. It was probably used for fishing, but it could have been used for sexual display. If birds evolved from dinosaurs, one of the great mysteries was how they learned to fly. Was it from the ground up or the trees down? No one knows for certain. certain, but soaring overhead at Las Hoyas was a tiny creature called Eoalulavus. Its skeleton, discovered in 1994, revealed a tantalizing clue to the origin of flight. On its wing was a tiny bone bearing a small tuft of feathers called an alula, or bastard wing. An alula allows a bird to increase the angle on its wing so it can slow down and land. The bone had its origin in a dinosaur. When its arm was evolving into a wing, the equivalent of its thumb grew feathers, creating the alula. The discovery of Eoalulavus would prove a vital link in the chain of evolution from dinosaurs to modern birds.
The discoveries in Europe have actually shown dinosaurs to be in many ways more bird-like than reptile-like. So the finds from Europe have helped us in terms of shaping our early views on dinosaurs, and now they're being slotted in to the more bird-like view of dinosaurian evolution.
Engulfed by time and distance, Europe's dinosaurs would plot their own unique course of evolution. But did they really take to the skies? And how did their massive bodies function? In a limestone bed in Italy, the discovery of the century may finally resolve these age-old debates. There's an old proverb, see Naples and die. But there's more to it than meets the eye. Lurking in the background is Mount Vesuvius, the harbinger of death. Volcanoes that shaped the earth when dinosaurs ruled wreaked their havoc in our time. The most famous remains in Europe may be those of the ancient Romans who died in Pompeii during an eruption of Vesuvius in 79 AD, the greatest natural disaster of Roman times. But a spectacular new find north of Naples would take the scientific world by storm. 113 million years ago, Another tragedy was about to unfold.